It is 7 o'clock. We will call the regular village board meeting to order. Everyone rise to say the pledge, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Maravka? Jones?
Here.
March?
Here.
Parker?
Here.
Ham?
Here.
Bowden?
Here.
Approval or corrections to the minutes of the April 23rd, 2018 regular village board meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, a motion to accept as presented.
I'll motion.
Second. Motion by trustee Maravka, seconded by trustee Jones.
Maravka? Yes. Jones?
Yep.
March?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
And Bowden?
Yes.
Accounts payable and payroll, pay period ending 4/21/18, the amount of $49,721.37. Pay period ending 5/5/18, the amount of $44,607.17. Accounts payable, general fund, $43,612.78. Water and sewer fund, $42,074.73, giving a total of $85,687.51. Are there any questions on any of the bills? If not, a motion to pay the bills and the payroll.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Bowden, seconded by trustee Ham.
Bowden?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Maravka? Yes.
Public comment and/or questions on any non-agenda item? Reports of committees, any committee reports?
Just for the Public Works, the tree program, Bob, to the trees that we are gonna plant this spring are going in tomorrow.
Okay.
And the letters were sent out to the residents, and nobody said no to a tree, right, Bob? So that was nice.
People actually came out and were happy to see it and wanted to glad they were participating in it this year, so.
And I wasn't here last meeting and, for the Tree City USA designation, so I just want to personally congratulate Bob and Greg for getting the application in and getting that done. I think it's a nice feather in the cap for the community. And I'd like us to see if there's any money somewhere we can purchase actual signs to put at our entrances.
I think we do have signs.
They're done, Peter.
Oh, they are? They're up?
Yeah.
Oh, they're up? Oh, wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah, they came along with, so.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So we got them in all the entrances then, or? Oh, perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other committees? Troy, engineers report?
Sure, I have somewhat of an update on the Wilmington Road guardrail repair over I-57. We're still waiting on, Will County told me that they have a contractor who's been awarded, and they're ready at a pre-construction meeting, and it's a single crew for the whole county. So we don't know when it's gonna be done, but their deadline's July 31st.
So somewhere between now and July 31st.
The guardrail should be repaired.
Okay.
Troy, who's responsible for the trees and grass in the interchange there? Is that IDOT or?
Yeah, I believe it's IDOT, depending on where you're at.
I just want, it's such a mess in there, and especially looked bad, like when everything had died down, the snow had melted. I mean, there's so much garbage in there. And I just wonder if there's any, like, to complain to them to
Yeah,
clean it up.
I think we can definitely bring it to their attention again. I know when we went up, we were in Schaumburg, that's been a little while ago, but we had talked about that. I think that day we had brought that up.
Or some of the overgrowth.
Yeah.
I don't know about the garbage, but we
Yeah,
talked about
that was the overgrowth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shame that
It
lives
was the
like
worst
that.
interchange between here and Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I looked at every one of them, and
We did ask about it, we really did.
Yeah.
We were concerned about the visuals for any economic development that we're doing there too.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I don't know, we have community cleanup day coming up, but I guess you don't want people, picking up trash
Right, no.
by the expressway.
Right.
But I don't know if there's anything we can do. It just, like you said, when people come in, they get off the expressway and they look and they see all this garbage there. I mean, it's just, now it's not so bad because the grass and the bushes are so high, you can't see the garbage, but it's just, I don't know.
We'll continue to,
Yeah,
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think anybody that we can get after.
We need to go down to Caterpillar and remove about 90% of the trees, and a lot of that stuff's even dead. You know,
Right.
It's just, yeah.
It would be much better to get some of that stuff cut down.
and speaking of overgrowth, Greg, I don't know if you can contact the old Verizon store owners that.
Yeah, it's, I already
that
pulled the
got-
number today and made a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to look shabby over there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have anything else, Troy?
That's all I
Any news on the, updates on the satellite? There we go.
Um, Still, ComEd's finished now, and now Comcast needs to move their underground, which they're waiting to get approval to move their fiber, because they have a lot there. So they had to wait till ComEd was done. So I know they started with their aerial stuff, and we're trying to get it scheduled on date for them to move the underground.
Okay. We okay in the timeline,
I haven't gotten it yet from them.
as far as the overall construction?
Oh, as far as well, we haven't started any construction yet, we're just waiting for the utilities to move. I haven't done the timeline from Comcast, because they're pretty much the last one to move their stuff. I'm trying to get that from them before we can start the actual construction.
Okay. But as far as the contractor, how long was he saying it would take?
I believe it's a 75-day working day contract, so, it should be done, we would hope, by the end of the year. We're still a little delayed to start here with these utilities, but once they get moved, I think it'll be pretty fast. They already had a traffic signal come back ordered, because they've had time waiting a little bit and everything. So,
Will Corning Avenue east of Route 50 ever be closed and detoured?
yes. Yeah, that's the only part that will be closed, while they reconstruct that east lane. There will be a detour.
Are the dumpsters associated with the dumpsters? They're associated with some digging Nicor had to do some of the relocations. And I'm surprised they haven't gotten rid of them yet, because I saw them there today.
Right, I mean, they haven't been working, but I
No,
saw that they were still
I saw
there
they were still there. I
today.
was gonna
Was
try
there
to.
dirt in there?
Yeah, there was some contaminated soil or
Oh.
something they had to haul away, so.
Wow.
I'm gonna get in touch with Nicor to get those out of here.
What about the Ratchy Road project? Anything new there?
ComEd is supposed to go to the property owners this Friday, is the last I heard, to something about the easements and getting permission for pole bracing.
Okay.
And Nicor is ready to start. They're waiting to get a schedule from them. They're ready to go to start moving their pipelines. So those are the last two.
All right, no police chief's report tonight, no old business, so we'll move on to new business. Item A, Jay Riddle, request to address the board regarding water sewer bill.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica. For the January to March period this year, my water bill was 234,000 gallons of usage, and I'm disputing 228,000 gallons of it because I generally have 6,000 gallons per quarter used. It's been inspected by a plumber, and there were no leaks or issues with a running toilet. I didn't have anything that I noticed on my end throughout the 3-month period. You're looking at 1.8 gallons a minute for 3 months, and I have no evidence on my side of it. So I'm thinking it's either a misreading or something is messed up about it. I can't find any evidence of half of an Olympic-sized swimming pool amount of water going through my home.
So you never had water in your basement?
Not more than normal flooding. There is a window that sits ground level into the basement, and there does get water from that. But I had it inspected, I rent the house, so when I did notice that there was water in the basement, I had my landlord come and inspect it, who confirmed that it was from the snow melt and rainfall.
Now, I did talk to Jim Benarowitz, about this, you know, the meter, they reread the meter. The meter, right now, it's back on track for normal usage. He does not have an answer as to how, unless the water went through the meter, why the meter would read this. It's not something that a meter would typically glitch, you know,
How much
in
water
that
did they say
way.
you used?
234,000 gallons.
And you live there by yourself?
I live alone.
Normally, that's crazy.
If you had that much water.
But the
leakage-
prior reading prior to that was normal, that reading was high, and the reading after that was normal. And we did check the meters, and the meters are functioning properly. So, as far as we can tell, coming from our system through the meter into that house, it's functioning properly. What goes on inside the house, we don't know.
Personally, I can't explain it. That's 9.5 years worth of normal water usage. There's no mineral deposit buildup because I don't have a water softener installed. There's no leaking toilets. There was no flooding through the yard. That's enough water to flood nearly the street if it was all at one time or in a short period of time. But even then, you're gonna have to look at the metrics for gallons per minute.
So your normal usage was 6,000,
Yes.
which is 39 times she's used this time.
It's a lot of showers.
So I don't know what, I don't know what the alternatives are, for the board, because I'm looking at legal for that. Again, talking with the director of the water and sewer, I mean, he sees no other way except that it actually ran through the meter, so.
It would have to go through a water-using device.
But we don't know what goes on in the house.
She lives alone.
I'm just saying, we don't know.
I know, we don't know that.
Right.
We don't know
I
that.
don't think we're saying anybody did anything wrong, it just
Right.
doesn't pass this common sense test.
I've had situations in buildings where all of a sudden I get a whopping big bill, like an apartment building, and then I go through, it's a toilet, or something else, but never does it correct itself by itself, But this has, apparently.
Well, I mean, obviously, whatever, if there was actually water going through the meter, whatever was causing it has been corrected. I think what we're saying, or what's been said is, I mean, we know what you're telling us, and we're not saying that you're lying to us, but the possibility exists that the water did go, and we just don't know. So, I mean, again, yeah, I mean, common sense.
Would that be reflective of other past toilet problems or something like that? That type of volume?
Good, Bob.
If you do have a leaky toilet that leaks for 3 months, you will have that usage. We have a grid in the back that shows different leakages, and if you have a leaky toilet, you more than likely will have that usage, believe it or not.
It's true, because it happened to me, because we hardly ever use our basement bathroom, and the thing didn't seat properly, and it ran and ran and ran, and I had an endless bill. And that was at my house.
The toilets were inspected by the plumber who said it wasn't possible to be from the toilets.
I don't think I agree with impossible. I'm sorry.
Did you get any sort of written statement from the plumber, or who'd you use, or?
I don't have a written statement.
Uh-huh.
Was it a local plumber?
Yes,
Was it Bob, Robin?
yes.
How much is your bill?
Over $1,000.
And I believe Jim had said to you, the gentleman from Public Works, if it was something that, such as a leaky toilet or whatever, that we could possibly credit the sewer part back, besides, what would the normal usage would be, the overage of that. That was his initial statement.
How long have you been at this?
A year and a half.
Year and a half?
Yeah, I haven't had any issues other than this regarding the village bills. We're still looking at 2,500 gallons a day, which is nearly an audible amount of water usage that I never noticed throughout the entire 3-month period.
Do you share a building with somebody else?
No,
Mm.
it's a standalone house. It's an older house, but it's standalone.
It's like 108 gallons of water an hour, isn't it?
Depending on how you look at it, I had,
He has a financial interest. He needs to regulate himself.
I had written down 2,533 gallons per day, which is 1.8 gallons a minute for if it were constant. If it were inconsistent, then it's obviously going to be much greater than that.
But if it happens
But I
again, the
didn't
full
have
freight gets
a
paid.
busted pipe or anything throughout the period, and I don't understand how the reading could be so high if I had no water leaks. inside the
Do you have any
house.
hoses outside that are hooked up or
There
anything?
is an exterior hose. That's it though. Just one.
When the plumber came, did he offer any sort of suggestions, explanations, anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Did you talk to him?
No.
Okay. I'm not trying to trick you up, it's just befuddling.
The way I look at it, and I understand it's a huge water bill, but the water had to go through the meter. I don't see any other explanation besides that. I mean, the meter doesn't lie. The meter doesn't glitch like that. The water went through the meter. I don't know how it went through the meter, where it went through the meter, but the water went through the meter. I mean, we can say, gosh, that's a lot of water. The water went through the meter. I mean, I don't see any other answer to it. That's my own personal opinion. I think it was fair to offer to offset the sewer side of it, which I wouldn't have a problem with. I personally, I can't see how you can just say, oh, that's a lot of water, we can't, I personally can't see how you can write that off. That's my opinion. There's 6 of you sitting there, but, I think we need to come to either some kind of consensus, table it, think about it, do something, but that's where
What
I'm
would be the
at.
difference if you offset the sewer part of it?
I don't have an exact dollar amount, but it would be
It's
above the normal sewage.
Oh.
The normal 6,000 whatever gallons, it would be the credit for that.
Yeah, the lowest bill that he offered was $600.
Have there ever been any other instances of this happening someplace else with other residents?
As Donna said, I mean, her personal experience, she had a leaky toilet. I mean, that's gonna cause a high water bill. I mean, yeah, there have been instances. I've never sat on a board where a credit was given. Bob, do you have something?
There was an incident where we had an apartment building, Donna may remember this too, same situation. And they half off, cut that sewer portion.
Mm-hmm.
So you rent, right?
Yes.
And what did the landlord say about this?
He investigated it with the plumber.
Okay.
The landlord did? I thought he lived out of town.
Do you mean the owner of the house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the landlord.
Mm-hmm.
The
I
building,
did not see
the
anything
manager.
there. Yeah, the property manager.
Who's the manager?
Adam Jones.
Ah, okay.
He was down there with Jeff Darling, they checked it, he was there with Bob.
So the offer to split it wasn't acceptable to you?
guys.
No, I know, but
I think
I
you
wanted
need
to
to revise
motion
the
because it's, even offering a split, it still doesn't explain how the reading could possibly be correct. There was no flooding in the yard, there was no more than normal flooding in the basement from rainfall. It was throughout the winter time, so I'm inside a lot more, and I didn't have anything that I noticed on my end. Both of the toilets, there's two, have been checked by a plumber, and I don't leave faucets running for 3 months at this amount of usage. You know, if it was a little high, I could see it, but 234,000 gallons of water inexplicably going through the house meter, I don't understand it, so that's why I'm disputing.
Could it be a faulty water meter?
Well, they did check it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was fine now.
Is it a mechanical type of meter or electronic meter?
Could it have
So we have
frozen
some
somehow?
mechanicals left in town, but not many.
There is some mechanical,
Oh.
most of them are electronic now.
I believe this
If
one's,
something
I
goes
believe
wrong
this
with
one's
them, they
electronic.
It's probably been updated.
Could be an intermittent water meter failure. Didn't Aqua have a situation in Mantino about
I have no idea.
a year ago where they had a lot of meters running? I read about it in the paper. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, Aqua's a private entity, so that's the difference.
Right, but I mean, they had a meter on there and I think they were running.
There are instances where the old analog meters have gone bad. And they get swapped out and, you know, but
So it's rare the one would run. fast.
we do have a professional on staff who's been doing this for 25 years. So it's not like he's a neophyte looking at meters.
Well,
I
being.
mean, I gotta take the financial end of it, I'm sorry.
Well, sure. that's
But I have to take the
right.
financial,
Maintenance.
my job is to take the financial end of it, and it's just, it's not passing the smell test, I'm sorry, it's just not.
Well, and it being weird and everything, but I think taking the sewer out and lowering the cost, I know it's not a lot, like, I know it's still a lot of money, but, yeah, I don't know.
Anybody else?
I'm fine with taking the sewer part off of it.
Me too.
Trustee Marevka, would you like to put that into the form of a motion?
Yes.
Okay, so
Mike, I think you should recuse yourself from the vote.
Oh,
You just, I heard.
So we have a motion by trustee Marevka to reduce the sewer portion of the bill to reflect the normal use of the water. And we'll work out the numbers with Jim Benarowitz from Public Works.
Second.
Motion by trustee Marevka, seconded by trustee March.
That is crazy.
Marevka?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Jones?
I recuse myself.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
And Bowden?
Yes.
Great.
Where do I go from here? Do I receive a new bill? Back and pay it? Or-
We should, we will generate a new bill.
Generate a new bill.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, item B, motion to hire full-time police officer Andrew Meyer. At the last committee of the whole meeting, Chief Mort was here and had presented the credentials for Mr. Meyer, Officer Meyer, and I think the board was all satisfied with that. So I would just need a motion to hire Andrew Meyer as a full-time Peotone police officer.
Effective.
Effective, did he give us an effective date?
No, they're still working that out.
Okay.
I'll motion it.
Second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Marevka, seconded by trustee Parker.
You don't have a name tag. That's
I know.
God.
Gotta talk louder so I can start to recognize your voice. Marevka?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Bowden?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Okay, item C, approve the 2018 street resurfacing program. Troy, do you have it?
Sure. I think everyone has the map of the streets that were chosen by Public Works. West Crawford Street from West Street to the railroad is the longest section of resurfacing, and West Wilson Street from West Street to the railroad, as well as South First Street from Wilson Street to Corning, and West North Street from Conrad to Glenview, and then a small section of Glenview just north of North Street. Those are the areas that were chosen for resurfacing. Based on the estimate, they fit within the budget. Hopefully we'll get low bids and, we could do it all and hopefully save some money. If bids do come in higher than expected, there's always an option to cut a portion to stay within budget.
Discussion, questions?
Wilson's a concrete street, isn't it?
Yeah.
So would you go over the top of that?
The plan would be to grind down a part of the concrete and put back asphalt.
Okay.
So moved. No. Second.
Motion by trustee March, seconded by trustee Jones to approve the 2018 street resurfacing program.
March?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Maravka?
Yes.
Bowden?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Parker?
Item D, approve the 2018 sidewalk replacement program.
Okay, same thing, the streets were chosen by Public Works and possibly committee. And the main street is, once again, West Wilson Street, from West Street to the railroad and a little bit on East Wilson Street adjacent to the railroad. Other streets involved are West Wood Street, Manor Street, Hawthorne, and West North Street with sections of replacement. This estimate is right around the budget again, and kind of the same deal. If something comes in higher than expected, we could cut a portion to stay within budget.
And if it's lower, we can add a little bit.
If there's lower, you can save the money, or you can add, yeah.
What have sidewalks been coming in at this year on cost per foot,
I haven't noticed much different from the last year.
6 1/4 last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think, last year was a little bit higher, and we didn't get up many bids. I think it was around like $7 per square foot, $7 per square foot. So I've seen similar, but that was a bigger project, so see how it comes.
Discussion? If not, a motion to approve the 2018 sidewalk replacement program.
Motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Bowden, seconded by trustee Maravka.
Bowden?
Yes.
Maravka?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Item E, approve the 2018 tree program contract with AAA Tree Service Incorporated. AAA has been doing the tree trimming here in town for the last several years, and they had agreed to honor the same contract for the 2018 tree work for the village as they did in 2017. And Bob, do you want to say anything about that?
They reached out again this year. They're local. The reason they don't do like a 5-year contract is because things fluctuate, prices fluctuate. So again, they reached out. I told them to send a letter. They did. So great company to work for or work with. They've been with us probably more than 10 years. So.
You got a lot of ash trees to get rid of, or are they all gone?
No, we got probably less than 40 now.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's good to keep that line item in the budget in case we have a storm or things like that. So, plus maples, as you can see, are dying back too. So, it's not just ash; it's everything. So.
Any discussion, questions? If not, a motion to approve the 2018 tree program contract with AAA Tree Service.
Motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Ham, seconded by trustee Maravka.
Ham?
Yes.
Marevka?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Bowden?
Yes.
Item F, motion to reschedule the May 28th regular village board meeting to May the 29th at 7 PM at the Municipal Complex Hall, 208 East Main Street, Peotone. The fourth Monday falls on Memorial Day this year, so typically we would just move the meeting one day back. So instead of meeting at 7 PM on Monday, we will meet at 7 PM on the 29th, Tuesday.
So moved.
Second. Motion by trustee March, seconded by trustee Jones to reschedule the May 28th, 2018 regular village board meeting to May 29th at 7 PM.
March?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Marevka?
Yes.
Bowden?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
And then I need a motion to cancel the May 28th, 2018 Committee of the Whole meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion by trustee March, seconded by trustee Bowden.
March?
Yes.
Bowden?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Marevka?
Yes.
We will be having, that Tuesday evening, we'll be having a public hearing at 6:30. We won't have a Committee of the Whole meeting on the 29th, but there will be a 6:30 public hearing for the appropriations, so, just so you can mark your calendars for that. Item H, we are not going to be going into executive session tonight, so we can just delete that. Questions of the press? I just want to remind everybody that we do have Community Cleanup Day on Saturday. 9 AM, we're going to meet here at the Village Hall, and then we'll kind of figure out our plan of attack at that point in time. Correct, Bob?
Correct.
All right.
I just have the quick FYI on the application for a sign permit for Westgate. I think I included that in your packets. They want to put up an entrance sign, and I did get an email or a fax from Mr. Walsh. He owns the property where the sign is at. He's giving them permission to put the sign back up. However, if he sells the property, the sign will go away because he's not giving them forever. So, okay? So if there's any objections or that, let me know. Otherwise, I think it's okay for them to put that sign up.
Which subdivision did you say?
Westgate.
Westgate. Anyone have anything else for the board?
What's new with the building? Anything?
Yeah, actually, we met with the Land Use Department on Thursday, Greg and I, and we do have to go through the process of getting a special use for that building. The zoning is appropriate, but we have to have a special use. So we're filling out paperwork for that currently. Greg is filling out paperwork for that currently.
We're about done.
And we'll file that and then go through that process, so.